w niedzielę, w niedzielę, w niedzielę, pasła dziewczę poziele, poziele, ojoj, poziele.
Hi everyone, our purpose in this video is to talk about witchcraft in ancient, medieval and Renaissance periods. We delve into the mystic nature of witchcraft and reconcile it with human history, look at its cultural impacts, analyze its transformation and clear misconceptions. We will focus on three periods of Western European history: ancient, medieval and Renaissance periods. Between magic, superstition, religion, and science in ancient cultures, a thin boundary was readily crossed. Sorcerers were venerated as emblems of wisdom, keepers of valuable secrets, and even masters of many arts and sciences. However, they were also feared because they were thought to possess supernatural abilities. The essence of magic is the belief that if the required conditions are met, something extremely desired can be acquired, even if it is against the laws of nature. The main logic of magic first developed in primordial humans. This notion has caused people to assume that there is always a way out when they are confronted with challenging circumstances, like illnesses, disasters, and epidemics, and that they can change the problems they face. Humans were naturally infused with hope and their ability to cope with hardships due to this method. Although magic has been utilized for various purposes by ancient people throughout history, its primary goal is to assist people to obtain food and stay healthy as one of the ways of survival.
The problem in the early Middle Ages was not so much that whether invisible forces existed, magic spells had power, or witches were real, because according to historical texts, not only did the common folk believe in witchcraft, but so did the Christian thinkers. So basically, the problem was who was casting these spells, who was practicing the forbidden crafts, and whose spiritual forces they were. Thus, medieval Christianity shared three assumptions with its precursor paganism: belief in the power of words, the existence of invisible entities, and the power of hidden virtues in natural objects. Then, what was the difference between a cure that was cast using pagan witchcraft and a true Christian miracle, you might ask? St. Augustine of Hippo suggested, when magicians do the same kind of things as, on occasion, saints do, their deeds may appear similar to the naked eye, but they have a quite different intention and a quite different sanction. The former do what they do with a view to their own self-esteem, the latter to the glory of God. Then hey, can't we also say that the church is equally guilty of practicing magic? Well, it's not that simple. We need to bear in mind that witchcraft has been real for the medieval folk for a long time, which is exactly why, like St. Augustine, instead of attempting to erase witchcraft from the face of Europe, the church embraces pre-existing pagan beliefs and uses them to solidify the power of the church. So basically, at the time, even if Europe converted to Roman Catholicism on a larger scale, the medieval everyday life still believed in the pagan traditions. Of course, as you might guess, in order to keep the power of the church, they still condemned witchcraft unless done by a Christian authority. Ironically, this self-consciousness with the early medieval Christian writers also show us that pagan rituals and witchcraft still hold more power over the people than the church. However, that is about to change drastically in the next century.
is a witch? Well, she turned me into a newt. A newt? I got better. Burn her anyway!
In Renaissance period, Catholic Church doctrine tended to view any non-self as an enemy who did not share their thoughts and beliefs. Natural events were directed to unnatural beings by the Church. The witch of this century is an anti-Christian half-demon who is believed to have a direct connections with the devil. The reference book written by witch hunters and judges are full of detailed information on interrogating people accused of witchcraft, punishing them, and under what torture witches can confess. One of these books is Henry Kramer's thesis, Hammer of the Witches. Witches and witchcraft began to be associated with the devil during the period when the Catholic Christian Church began to take strict measures against the thoughts and beliefs that opposed it. According to Kramer, for witchcraft to take place, there needs to be three things: the devil, the witch, and the permission of God, without which witchcraft would not take place. And there are 4 stages of committing evil. First, to renounce the Catholic faith. Second, to devote themselves body and soul to all evil. Third, to offer unbaptized children to Satan. Fourth, to indulge in every kind of carnal lust with incubi. In Renaissance period, there was an underlying hatred towards women. A wicked woman is more likely to waver in her faith, and as a result to abandon religion, which is the source of witchcraft. Kramer conceals the idea that women have a touch of darkness that a man does not have. Inspired by the sections of the Bible, Catholic churches prepared the necessary ground for the extermination of witches. In the beginning, midwives and healer women were chosen as targets for allegedly using magic. But in the later stages, this distinction disappeared. Women from nobles, nuns, and cities were also blamed, causing fear to spread even more among the people. To put it bluntly, every woman is in danger of being arrested at any time because a single person is noted as sufficient for an arrest. This period was led by fear and distrust, and these resulted in monstrous consequences that will follow this period. The intriguing role of magic in various social structures and religious beliefs is related to human curiosity about the unknown. Although religious beliefs do not recognize witchcraft, it appears to be a social system alongside religious beliefs. As posed in the beginning of the video, the witch is not restricted to a single form. It is ever-changing, just like how the narrative of witchcraft is changing throughout history. One thing is immutable, and it is the historical significance of the witch, as it explains the unexplainable, defies the undefiable, and mirrors human nature and a civilization's psyche in its bravest form.